Hey everybody, so I wanted to jump on because we are approaching the spring equinox and we are an omnistic polytheistic practice, and as you know, we honor and respect many different pathways and spiritual belief systems, and there are so many this time of year. So I wanted to just jump on and talk about those for a little bit. Tonight we just posted our Astera, or I'm calling it our desktop spring equinox generator, because I wasn't really sure what to call it, but we're really excited about it. Again, it's harnessing that miniature generative transmutation power through objects that we can display and kind of transmute the frequency of our environment and what we're drawing in. So I put two examples. We just made one for love drawing and money drawing. The little love drawing one has an actual genuine sixpence on it, and I love that. But they're, made to order. So whatever your intent is, we customize that item for your intent. So check it out. But let's talk about everything that's kind of going on this time of year. As a pagan in the pagan community, we talk a lot about Astera, the equinox, but many, many belief systems, many, many different spiritual pathways have very similar practices honoring, really this time of year is about purification. It's cleansing, it's new beginnings, it's celebratory, right? I have a very Tibetan Buddhist aspect to my practice. We work with the red and black Tara. We work with a lot of sex magic, actually, in Eastern astrology that comes from Tibet, shamanism, that involves, mantras, mala creations, and that's really big this time of year. In Hinduism, I love Durga, I love Kali Ma. And this time of year, we just had Holi, the festival of color. So there's all these beautiful festivals that take place this time of year. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about that, like all of the different aspects, all of the different celebratory features of all these different kind of spiritual pathways that are really kind of, again, if you look at things omnistically, they interconnect, right? A lot of this all interconnects. It comes back to 0 degrees, right? But we just call it different things depending on how we were raised, where we live in the world. But it really, at the heart of it, is the same practice. So let's talk about that. So I have my little cheat. I have to have a cheat sheet. There's so much going on this time of year. March is a big month. And I know a lot of us, especially in the pagan community, again, here in the States, we focus on, All Snakes Day. That's a big one for me. The good fortune and luck drawing that we can tap into this time of year, especially with the planetary influences that we're dealing with. We really need that. I also think it's about reclaiming something that was taken from us or was distorted or kind of desecrated, that kind of like distorted or desecrated, part of our belief system. So that's why All Snakes Day is important to me. I think it's also important to focus on turning, the wheel of fortune, the wheel of karma into our favor this time of year. We have a great window to do that for acquisition. So that, again, the whole month of March, not just one specific day. Although we do focus on specific days, really it's the whole month. So let's talk about that. Some of the major days that you guys might, be celebrating this year, in the Jewish belief system, Purim, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, that just passed. In Buddhist systems, Maga Puja just passed. Holi, of course, in Hinduism just passed. And by the way, with Holi, that festival of color, here in the States, we do the color run, and I've done it a few times. That is based off of Holi, by the way, you guys. I actually, for my community service this year, which, is still open, you can join. I believe we're doing that on the new moon, the 18th. I'm making like a 1/12 scale miniature Holi vendor booth with all of the different colors and little 1/12 scale bowls. It's going to be adorable. I'm really excited about it. So, of course, in Islamic practices, the Night of Power is right around the 16th. What else do we have? Of course, here, Astera, I think that's right around March 20th this year. What else do we have going on? There's more. The Persian New Year, that's March 21st. I think that is pronounced Nowruz. So another thing to keep into mind here. What else do we got? There's so much this month. I want to make sure I hit all of it. Kshetra Navratri, that's Hindu. That starts on the 19th. I believe that runs for 9 days. Let me double check that for you though. And of course, we have all the astrological stuff going on this month. Oh, in Hinduism also is Amina Sankranti, and that is the 13th and 14th, which is coming up. What is that, next week almost? That's where the sun makes its entry into Pisces for reflection and closure. So that's actually celebrated in Hindu practice. Of course, you guys are probably aware of, the key Lent days in March. Palm Sunday, I believe, is the 29th this year. So those are other aspects of, again, purification, cleansing, new beginnings. There's more, though. Let me find where I put it. I know I put more in here. We talked about Holi, the Persian New Year, the Night of Destiny, of course. Now, I think actually with that, and that's an Islamic practice, that peaks on March 27th, I believe. I could be wrong. If I am, let me know in the notes. The 9-night festival honoring the goddess Durga, that is this month. So that's very exciting because I love Durga. She's amazing. Let's see what else. So amongst the Sikh, we do have the Festival of Courage and Unity. Now that was held right after Holi. I'm not sure how long it's called Ola Mahalla is practiced. I've seen and heard from clients who are Sikh, there are different depending on where you are and where you live in the world, there are different practices, different time frames. So that might still be going on. But again, we're observing basically like light conquering dark this time of year. So almost like energetic shadow work a little bit. It's very awesome. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think there are a lot of ways to practice, your spiritual belief system. You can interconnect these systems. You can incorporate aspects that call to you or deity that call to you like Durga, but it is a beautiful time of the year. So I just wanted to jump on, talk about that a little bit because we just get really wrapped up in Ostera, but there's so much more going on. And I have clients, internationally, and they all have these different spiritual belief systems. So I'm always trying to learn and honor those as I'm performing work or divination for them. So anyways, you guys stay magical and enjoy that nice warm up we have because I'm pretty sure we're getting a snowstorm next week. Mark my words.